And it does seem like with a different scenario, but here we go again. Now take a look at this. This is a clip that I've got here from George Gammon, who you guys know if you've been with me any length of time, I'm a huge fan of George Gammon. Actually got to meet him briefly at last year's Bitcoin conference down in Miami. Big fan of this guy, macroeconomist here. Listen to what he says about the possibility of Russia, because they sit on so much gold that they could use what they really have as a resource, which is oil, to begin to accept gold for the oil instead of dollars to help push the price up of gold. Take a look at this. If Russia becomes an arbitrage between oil for gold to revalue gold to $100,000 an ounce, could be followed by revaluation of the SDR basket, ESDR, introduced potentially, backed by gold as well. I would expect that would bring the 589 COMEX rule, which would halt the paper market and physical market trading of the asset itself. Take a look.
Expert says gold could hit $100,000 in a very short period of time. I'm going to explain this to you in 3 simple, fast steps. Step number 1, what might happen is Russia may start to sell their oil for gold. This is an idea from my good friend and macro expert, Luke Gromen. To hear how this would work, let's hear it from Luke himself. Editor, let's cut to the internet.
We're going to settle gold or oil, in physical gold at a new ratio of 1,000 barrels per ounce of gold. And everyone is going to go, oh my God, this is a great arbitrage, right? I'm going to go buy 1,000 ounces of COMEX gold or GLD, and then I'm going to convert it to physical. And then I'm going to take the physical over to Russia, and I'm going to get 1,000 barrels of oil, and then I'm going to sell the oil, and I'm going to get rich. And the market probably is going to shut down. It's going to crash instantly. The paper gold markets will just go, boop, cash settle everybody, game over.
Right.
And then you're going to, the oil, the real value is going to reprice gold. Again, I'm not saying that will happen. I think that's a long shot. If I was Putin and if I was pushed that far, that's what I would do. Because again, he already has the gold. Great. He's going to write up the value. People keep saying he's going to sell his gold. He might sell some gold. I don't know. But I don't think he will. Why sell your gold when you have the oil? You can use the oil to revalue the gold to give you all the dollars you need.
But what would happen is Russia would say, we are going to sell our oil for gold, but here's the price. We're going to sell 1,000 barrels per ounce. Right about now, I'm sure you're saying to yourself, George, that's crazy. What are they talking about? Wait a minute. Let me do some math here. Oil is about $100 a barrel, and gold is about $2,000 an ounce. So they'd be selling their oil for about $2 a barrel. That doesn't make any sense at all. Who on earth would do that? Let's just think this through for a moment. So if you're a speculator in the marketplace, in the oil market, and you hear that Russia is going to sell 1,000 barrels of oil for 1 ounce of gold, what would you do? You'd go out and immediately buy as much gold as you could. You'd want to get that 1 ounce of gold as quickly as you could. You'd want to sell it to Russia. You'd want to get the 1,000 barrels of oil, sell it into the market, and collect your $100,000. There's a huge arbitrage play here.
And he's absolutely right. There is a huge arbitrage play here if that unfolds. But look what it takes me to, because this is going to cross us into the conversation that we have a lot here, or certainly have in the past. And remember, I just had a conversation with Linda P. Jones, 25-year Wall Street veteran, about how they need to re-liquefy the world. And we have talked here about the delays and the pushback of the SDR valuation review from the IMF on the basket of currencies in the SDR basket, right? And that has been pushed back many times. Well, how far has it been pushed back to? The review will be pushed back from the IMF Executive Board approved a delay and will be pushed back 10 months from September 21st to July 2022. So we are still in front of this thing by another 3 months here, or 4 months. So pretty interesting. Now, this takes me to the idea that, look, if we do see an arbitrage moment take place like that, and Russia's in a position where they're outside of the loop because they've been sanctioned out, that they become the place of arbitrage for the actual brokers and dealers to go and work this and push the valuation up. This could send gold to a really high price. And then you reliquify the world because you can go back to a gold-backed standard for currencies, at least for the valuation reset. I mean, we all hear it from the World Economic Forum, from the IMF, everyone else, the Bretton Woods. A Bretton Woods moment, a new reset, a great reset, a new Bretton Woods moment. You know, if